Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. All right. Thank you, Mr. Producer. We are back, and this young lady next to me is Stacy Fletcher, and everyone loves Stacy Fletcher because she is the creator of She Can SOAR. Welcome back to the show, Miss Stacy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Always love having you.
And happy spring. Yeah, thank you for having me. And happy spring and happy is it spring yet?
It feels
there, right?
like it.
Well, I know it is in Florida.
Well, it's always warm down there, I think. But where is Claremont again? That's by Tampa.
Well, Claremont. Well, everybody pretty much know Orlando, Florida, because you know Orlando has all the theme parks and everything, and Claremont is like 25 minutes out of Orlando. Yeah, it's just on the outskirts, not far. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I used to be on a FM station down there. Anyway, that's
Okay.
What you got to throw something at me, man. When I get off on a tangent like that. Stacy, tell me what's going on with She Can SOAR. First of all, tell people who haven't heard your show before, what is She Can SOAR?
Well, She Can SOAR, basically SOAR stands for success over all resistance. And, for me, I think in order for us to have success within our lives, we have to practically be real with ourselves and, transform into the people that we want to be in, as far as living in your truth. Because I am a realist transformational life coach, meaning that we do, dig deep into what's holding you back, what's stopping you from getting where you need to be. And sometimes it is trauma, it's events that happen that you constantly thinking about. So that's what She Can SOAR is all about, just living your real true self. And it's so funny, I was listening to a interview with Jay-Z the other night. And one of the things he said that is so phenomenal, he said, what you reveal, you heal. And I was like, I couldn't say it plainer. What you reveal, you heal. And basically, he's talking about the same thing I do in my life coaching. You have to start healing and revealing some of the past traumas that you may have had in your life in order to get over your fears or get over, things that's holding you back. And I was like, that is so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's really it's so true. It's like once you own something, you put it out there, you own it. I mean, nobody can really take it from you anymore. If
exactly, you walking in your truth, and you living in your truth. Now, some of us are already living in our truth, because some of us has been through that. We've revealed our story. We're happy. We're living our truth. And I'm going to tell you the 5 things that that you're living in your truth. And if you don't feel like you fit into these 5 things, then maybe you need to go back and start looking into healing yourself. Because the first thing, when you're living in your truth, you're content with your life. You're content with who you are. You're content with your lifestyle. You're content of waking up every morning. You're glad where you are in your space and time. The second thing that that you're living in your truth, you don't need validation from anyone. You do what you want to do, you feel good about it. You don't have to go ask 10 people if this what you think you should do. You really don't need approval. You don't need validation. You're your own person. You're moving and you're stepping. Let me see. The third thing, people can see that you're happy. People can see that you're feeling good, looking good, smelling good, enjoying life. You got a smile on your face, The fourth thing that you're living in your truth, you do what makes you happy. You don't care about what your friends are doing or where they're going or what other people are saying, but you're doing what really makes you happy, whether it's dancing or painting or going fishing or whatever, but whatever truly is in your soul that makes you happy, that's what you're doing on your spare time or any time that you have. That is what makes you happy. And the last thing that I really feel is you don't rely on others to feel good about yourself. You don't rely on others to feel good about yourself. You feel good about yourself every day that you wake up. And you feel good about yourself just going through life, So that is living your truth.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not, living those type of 5 things that I just mentioned, then yes, you may need to get some healing. You may need to come to my Realist Transformational life coaching, and you could definitely call me at 815-5155, or you can email me at Stacy, Stacy, at shecansoar.org, because time is moving and people just need healing and people just need to start living their best life.
Stacy, I those 5 things you just said, I mean, I'm just blown away by how are you so positive? Why? You've been through a bunch of challenges, like a lot of people, and you've come out and you're passing it down. But what made you so positive? I mean, what made you love life so much?
Let me tell you, it's a process. I just didn't, like I said, I didn't wake up like this. I used to be walking around with a chip on my shoulder. Oh, I'm bad. And, nobody could tell me anything. And, I thought I knew it all, but it comes with growing. And, once I start growing and becoming a woman and being more mature and being more responsible. And I think that happened also when I had my first child. Okay. And it all is a process of life. You know what I mean? We all have to go through our teenage years. We have to go through our 20s. We have to go through our 30s, but it's just part of life. It's growing up.
Gotcha.
It's actually just growing up, So I'm here to teach women how they can also, have positivity in their life and live their best life. And, you can always visit me at Stacy at shecansoar.org and get the process started.
So when Aiden was born, that made was that the major, because now you had to you had to take care of someone else. Did that kind of share the so it's not just about us
me anymore. Yeah, because everything was about Stacy. Oh my goodness, Stacy this, Stacy that. Being the only girl, everything was about me. And then here I have a child. Now it's not about me anymore. It's about me taking care of this child. And nobody prepares you about, being a parent or anything. It's just, you have this child and it's like you wake up one day and all of a sudden, like parent, what should I say? Like the heavens have just poured down how to be a parent. You know what I mean? It's just like you wake up, your child could be crying in the next room and you just hear a little noise and you're up. It's unbelievable. But yes, he made me, be a better woman. He made me grow into who I am, because I want somebody to look up to me to say, my mom is this, and my mom, she's a badass. You know what I mean? And my mom, she goes out and gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's pretty awesome.
And all his friends come to the house and they're, they get their free little counseling. They don't sit and talk to me, but they'll come and ask a little question here and there. You know how moms with boys are, So
that's awesome. He must be so proud. That's he got the lottery like I did with we looked at when we got the moms that we did,
Yes.
We really did.
Yes.
Stacy, now I'll get back to this, but tell me, you got this huge thing coming up, this big expo, and how are you feeling? I mean, what's taking shape now?
So
tell me about some people coming in.
Yes, it's so phenomenal. It's going to be May the 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida. And it is amazing because this is an opportunity for women who have a business, thinking about starting a business, may even have a few products, and they have always wanted to get started doing something. This event will be for women business. If you want to be a vendor, you will have the opportunity to get up and speak about your business. I'm giving the women opportunity to speak about, being real, how you transform into where you come from and how you made your business. So it's really about women having a platform, showing their products, selling their products, but also talking so others can hear that it wasn't easy. It's, you know what I mean? That they can hear that it can be successful out of whatever trauma you came out, and you could come out on the other side. So this is going to be It's free to get in, it's free parking, but it's also a place for women to support women. She Can
Yeah.
Soar Women Business Expo. And I do like at least 2 events out of the year like this, because I just, listen, I just love doing this. You know what I mean? I love supporting women. I love just women getting together and talking to each other and
You
just
love hearing the
learning
stories.
from each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, we are
Hey,
so better together. You know what I mean? That we are
yeah.
apart. I always say that women are stronger together than we are apart. And this event will have the chance for anyone to get up on a platform. Now, if you are interested in becoming a vendor for my event, you could definitely go to shecansoarexpo.org. Have all the information, and it's May the 21st and 22nd.
Now, do you have to be an entrepreneur? Do you have to have your own business, or can if you maybe if
No.
you're younger, you can come in and listen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've had women that have called me, that I had a spiritual woman that called me that she's always wanted to get out in front of people and talk to people about, their past history and, their spirituality and things like that. I have another girl that called me. She has a lawn service, but she loves fishing and she always wanted to start this business about fishing mamas, and she
That's
wants to
awesome.
get that. Yeah, so it's really just an open arena for women to come out and just have faith in yourself that you can do whatever you want to do. So this is the opportunity that I'm giving people that I don't think it's ever been done before. And I just want women to come out and just know that you have a place and you have a voice. And I'm just giving them women the opportunity. So no, you don't have to have a successful business. You could have someone just want to start out, and this is the platform to let everybody know what you're here to do and what your business is all about.
Gotcha, Stacy. Stacy, did you know at when you were a young girl in school, did you know that you were going to be this successful entrepreneur? Did you know that you would be changing people's lives and helping people out? I mean, what did you think that
No.
you'd be doing? If
Well,
you
I
could talk to
knew,
that young girl.
let me tell you, I always knew I had something inside of me. And I think I said it before, it was just something pulling on me, but you just don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I always wanted to be a flight attendant. That was my first thing, or I wanted to be a model. Let me tell you, I always wanted to be a flight attendant. And when I did finally get to be a flight attendant, I landed in Atlanta and 911 happened. As I got out of the cab, the gentleman said, "Did you just hear what happened?" I'm like, "No, what happened?"
Oh my
So that
God.
was like a traumatic. And I was like, "Okay, Mom, I don't think this is for me." But, God bless all the flight attendants. But, I always knew I had something within me. And it's just like I said, it's just going within yourself and praying and just sitting down alone and writing out your thoughts. And that's another thing, ladies. If you cannot speak to anyone, or you cannot talk to someone, pull out a sheet of paper, a pad, and just write your thoughts down. Write it down. Write everything that's on your heart. Just put it on a piece of paper, and you'll be amazed of how that just relief just comes off of you. And you could even just see the sunshine, because it's like so much bottled up. But if you could just write it down, if you can't even speak to anyone, just write it down. But yes, I always knew I had something.
Yeah. Now, Stacy, what would you say to someone, to a young woman, or any woman who wants to start a business, wants to be a successful entrepreneur, but doesn't know the first step, kind of wants to do something, but doesn't really know how to get started? Besides going to the expo, what would you say to
Right.
that person?
Well, the first thing I'll say is, first you have to know exactly what you want to do. It's a lot of people that, they want to start this, but then they want to start talking about manufacturing. No, the first thing I would say, just be clear about what it is you want to do. Be very clear about it. And the second thing I would say is, go to a website and get that domain name. That's the very first thing I would say to someone. Find out what you want to do. If you have a name of your company, just go ahead on any website and you could buy that domain name. And that's your first step. That's your first step. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Make sure nobody else is going to get it. And then you could start working from there. You can just start working from there, whatever it is, but you don't have to do anything big, start small, just start, little day by day, doing a little bit more and a little bit more, just prime example. I was just telling you with the girl that has a lawn service already. She have like 12 employees, but her heart is fishing.
She loves to fish. Mama's, what is it?
And
Fishing mama.
yeah. And
That's
she
awesome.
came to me and she was like, well, I just have, I have this idea and I want to do my shirts and I want to get into manufacturing and I want to get, and I think I could get maybe some, she's way over, way over, you know what I mean? It's like, do you have the name of the business? Have you gotten the domain of it? Start small. Don't try to look at the big picture that everybody's doing. Just start small. 1, 2, 3, cross those things off and let's go to the next thing. But we just had that conversation 2 weeks ago that she was ready to go and to China and do manufacturing. I'm like, girl, slow down.
Stacy, that is such a great advice right there, because that's once you get that domain, then it's forcing you, it's setting the things up,
Exactly.
If you did something and now it's real.
Right. And then that's yours. And now you can see it. Now you can start preparing. It's in your mind. Okay, now I can start kind of moving into the next thing, whatever it is. But first be clear about what you want to do. And I'll tell anybody, go and get that domain name first. Go get that
great advice.
Yeah.
That is great, Stacy. Yeah, you could tell, why you're so successful in business and everything that you do. I mean, being clear. I mean, these are great advice, Mr. Producer. You got some instant feedback that's come in. I can't see that. So, Mr. Producer's got some questions from the audience, Stacy.
All right.
So Tina in Baltimore wants to know: is there a line between being realistic and being too negative?
Being realistic and being too negative. No. Well, to be sometimes being real is being negative because you got some negative issues that happen in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything being real and you're talking about your past hurts and everything, that can be very deep, and it can be negative to talk about it because you're angry and you have so many frustrations. So that's the negative aspect of it. But once you start telling your story and being real about it, you have to move to the positive side of it. You're still here. You're traumatized, but everybody goes through something. You still have something that God has for you to do. You're still breathing. You're still living. You still can go out and do something different. So it is a positive and negative, but you don't want to keep focusing on that negativity. Once you tell your truth, it's time for you to release it, shut that door, and walk forward into your positive life. Don't look back. Don't look back.
And what did Jay-Z say?
Yes, what you reveal, you heal.
You heal.
Yes. I was like, Jay-Z, I love you. Oh my God, it's just straight to the point. What you reveal, you heal.
Yeah.
And you just don't ever look back.
Yeah. Nice. Well, thank you for writing in. What else you got, Mr. Producer?
We have Brian in Dallas wants to know: can you fake it till you make it, or is that just running from our truth?
That's a good question.
Exactly. You are basically running from your truth because in business, they hear, oh, you better fake it. You got to fake it till you make it. And that's good point. But at some point now you got to sit in your truth. At some point you got to sit and say, okay, I can't fake it anymore because now I'm gonna start lying and now the lies are catching up to me. And now what? You know what I mean? And you really have to be true with yourself. Why you want to fake it? You know what I mean? It's like, why do you want to get into anything faking it? Be who you are. And if the people don't like it, believe me, there are some people that love it and love you. You know what I mean? Everybody is not going to love you. Everybody's not going to like you. But let me tell you, trust and believe. When you come out and tell your truth, you don't care because you feel so much empowered with yourself to walk in your truth, and the people that love you have always loved you. They're gonna follow you, and they're gonna be like, yeah, that's a stand-up guy right there. He walks in his truth. So yeah, Sometimes you can fake it till you make it, but not if you're trying to be successful.
Great answer. And that goes back to those 5 things that you were talking about in the
Exactly.
beginning.
Exactly. Exactly.
Stacey, you have you you said write everything down. You got a book in you?
Do I have a book as far as writing the book?
Yeah, I'm saying, is that in your plans? Because I mean, I know you do public speaking.
Well,
People
let me
want you
tell
to
you,
come talk to
I
different
have not. I've
companies.
written 2 books. Like when my son was born, I wrote 2 books after him, because we used to have all these little adventures, that's out. One is called Aiden Gets Braces. It's life lesson number 1. And the second one is life lesson number 2, Aiden's birthday scare. And at the end of the story, have a life lesson. And I did that, and I was going to do a series of 5, but then I got into my life coaching.
Yeah.
But who knows what's in the stars for me, Casey? Who
That's
knows what's in
awesome.
the
I didn't know
stars?
about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, can we still
Yeah.
we can get those? Like we go on.
Yeah,
this.
it's on Amazon. It's
Okay.
called Life Lessons by Stacy Fletcher, and it's geared for kids. One is called Aiden Gets Braces, because when he was small, he always wanted to get braces, and I'm like, boy, there's nothing wrong with your teeth. Like, why do you keep wanting to get braces? And I thought it was because everybody in school had braces, So it's a life lesson after that, and the second one is life lesson number 2, Aiden's birthday scare. You just have to go and get the book, because at the end, it's just a life lesson. It's funny because we used to have all these, great little adventures, and I just started putting it down in a little children's book. So
that's awesome. Stacey, is there anything you haven't done? I mean, is there enough time in the day for everything that you do? I mean, speaking gigs, helping people out, putting expos together, writing books.
Yeah. But let me tell you, you don't get tired when you love what you do, which I love what I do. You just don't get tired. It's like you have to basically make yourself go to sleep. You're always excited. You want to do more and more, because this is your business, and this is, like for me, my passion. So once you find out what you really love to do, you will not be thinking about what time it is and, being tired, because this is inside of you. It's inside of you.
That's awesome. What do you got, Mr. Producer? We got another one?
We have Carl in New Jersey wants to know. My dad used to tell me, do what you hate until you have enough money to do what you love. Is this true?
That's cool, Carl.
Well, I couldn't have said it clearer myself. Just imagine, a lot of us are maybe on jobs that we don't like, but it's bringing in the money. So don't quit your job just on your spare time. Then you start trying to find what you want to do to get out of that job. You know what I mean? So that is a very, very good advice, because a lot of us are making money maybe they don't like what they do, but you got to keep doing it until you get enough money to do what you're able to do. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I love that.
Now, I know you're real tight with your mom, right? She was a huge role model, and is a role model. But did she give you any advice like that, or did she have something that she used to say to you? Because obviously you got this great stuff from somewhere, and
right.
A lot of it's got to come from that special
well, you
woman.
got to understand, being from Trinidad, and my mom, them is kind of like they call the old school, you know what I mean? She basically, I just think I used to watch her. She never used to really give me advice and sit down and say, okay, now you need to do this, you need to do that, because when we came here, they were working, trying to basically have a livelihood for us. So my mom was a nurse. She went to school to be a nurse. She went and got a nursing degree. She was a nurse, and my dad had started his own business. So basically we were around at home with my 2 brothers, and we basically would see them in the night, but on the weekends, we would all go and do things together as a family. We'd eat together and things like that. But growing up, she never really sat down and talked to me. And I think she probably felt that I would, I guess, find my way, because I had 2 strong parents. You know what I mean? And I was just constantly working and watching them grow from, we coming here and living in a 3-bedroom apartment. I mean, a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was 5 of us. grow, and they moving into a middle-class neighborhood. So I was always watching them, but no, she never really sat down and spoke to me and say, do this, and that. Now we're able to have that conversation. But back then, no.
It was
didn't happen
example.
like
It was
that.
it was just yeah.
I saw the example. I saw the things that she was doing to, be a woman of the house and things like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Stacy, always love having you on. Let me give you the last word here. Maybe you want to tell everybody about the expo one more time, because we just ran out of time. But Stacy,
Yes.
I love your positivity. You're such a great guest.
Oh, thank you so much. And again, the expo is May 21st and 22nd. Any woman out there who just feel like they just want to be a part of something spectacular, you don't have to have a vendor booth. It's free to get in. If you just want to come out and support other women, it's women supporting women, please go to shecansoarexpo.org. You can find out all the details. If you want to be a vendor, you can call me 407-815-5155 or email me Stacy, STACY @shecansoar.org. And thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. And guys, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.